Hey guys, this is Inkumbuskauna once again, and I'm excited that you are here to listen to today's episode. And if you haven't subscribed to the Breakout podcast, depending on what platform or player you're using, remember to subscribe and share with your loved ones that they may also be able to listen to this podcast while they are cooking, relaxing, or maybe taking a walk. At least they may learn one or two things. So not to waste much of your time, let's get into today's episode and hope you love it. Alright guys, so welcome once again. So today's episode is going to be very much socially related, because a lot of students or people in the Russian Federation, especially foreigners, go through a lot of stuff, but those things can be avoided if they were told or they actually knew about them. And sometimes when they go through these things, they fail to speak out because they feel ashamed, or they feel like people are going to look down on them. So today's episode, I thought of sharing a story that I learned or that someone told me about, a good friend of mine who went through this kind of challenge or a problem. So I'm going to share the story, then after that I am now going to share some of the things that someone can do to prevent some stuff. Just in summary. So what happened was, my friend was actually somewhere. There was like an event of some sort. So as he was waiting for us to come back, there was this girl that went to the table, like where he was sitting. So he was like, how are you? Do you know English? Then he was like, yeah, I know. I said, okay, so you are from which country? Then he was like, I'm from this country. I said, okay, I also know a bit of English. I stayed in London, blah blah blah. So the guy was like, okay, that's really amazing. I'm surprised that you can speak such good English as a Russian. He was like, actually I'm still practicing, so we can exchange numbers. You can be helping me with English, and I can also be helping you with Russian. Like, you can talk to me in Russian, then we can get acquainted. So the guy was like, okay, after they had a long chat, then he was like, okay. Then he gave her the number, and she also got his line. So they were able to communicate on VK and WhatsApp. So what happened now is that the girl told the guy to say, actually, one time we should again meet, depending on the time you'll be available. Like, maybe we go for a walk, or we go in a restaurant or a cafe and just have a talk, like in person once again. I think it can be interesting. So the guy was like, okay, yeah, I'll tell you the time I'll be free, then we can at least be able to get acquainted. So they made a date when they can both hang out. So this girl said, alright, so I'll send you an address, just somewhere near my place, since I'll be helping my mom, where you can come and you can be able to call me when you reach, then we'll meet. So the guy was like, alright, since that's what you want, I'll come, surely. So the guy even prepared, and the girl sent the metro of the metro station to this guy. So the guy went there, he reached, and the girl sent him again an address from the same metro nearby where she was, like the place where she was. So the guy reached there and met the girl. So the guy was like, okay, so where are we going to see it, where we can discuss properly? So the girl was like, actually, I know a cafe. So he said, okay, let's go. So they reached this place. According to how he described it, was more like a bar, but also more like a cafe. He didn't really specify. So what happened is they entered that place and they sat on the chairs. So as they sat on the chairs, then the waitress came and said, what are you going to have? What are you going to take? So the guy was like, just give me something like juice or coffee. Then the waitress asked her, and are you going to take shisha? Then the guy was like, no, it's cool. I'm just alright. Then the girl agreed, yeah, me, I would love to take some shisha. Then the waiter said, oh, okay. Anything else? So the girl said, yeah, I think also some fruits. Okay, the waiter wrote down, okay. And he asked the guys, and you, what about you? And he said, no, for me, I'm just this is enough. So the waitress brought the juice, and they also brought the same shisha for the girls. So they sat there. So as they sat, the waitress now came back and asked her and said, you are going to now bring your food, and it's ready. And then is there anything that you would love me to add on to the menu? Then they said, the guy said, I think it's enough for now. Then the girl was like, I just add for me. I don't know what she again added to the same menu. So at the end, they brought the bill, and they brought the food. So the guy was there, and he was like surprised they brought 2 plates. So they brought 2 plates with some other stuff and stuff like that. So it was like, okay, he was just looking, and so he was a bit like surprised why they brought like 2 plates. And he was like, I think let me try to ask the bill now. Let me check how much it costs. So he called the waiter and said, excuse me please, how much is everything? I would like to know the cost. I would like to pay now. So what happened is the waiter went back. Then she brought him the menu, the bill. So he looked at the bill, and he actually found the bill that it was actually 12,600 rubles. So the guy was like, how come? How is this possible? This bill is 12,600 rubles. I don't think this is possible. So they had to start exchanging some like words of trying to negotiate. The guy was like, I'm not going to pay this bill because this is not possible. We just have 2 glasses of juice and shisha and 2 plates of like the fruits, and you say it's 12,600. I'm not going to pay this bill. So he insisted that he's not going to pay that bill. And what happened was, they started reducing now the price. They reduced the price to say, okay, since you have refused, you're going to pay 10,000. The guy still refused and said, I'm not going to pay even that amount. I'm not going to pay, until they agreed that the only money that is going to pay was 3,500. So it's something that after he paid that money, he realized to say the girl actually made a deal with the owners of the same cafe or whatever it is. So what they just really wanted to do is to suck money out of him, because he explained to say when he was leaving that place, the same people said then the girl will remain behind so that she pays the remaining bill. So the guy was like, okay, and he left. So these kind of situations really happen to a lot of people, because they may get someone's money, they make you pay a lot of money, and what they do is that you feel like you are spending money normally, but you have been overpriced because someone has taken you there after agreeing to those people. Then that person will get a cut. So the purpose of all this, why I'm sharing all this, is because I believe many students, foreigners, and people out there may have been in similar things. They haven't just like really come out, and it's something that can be prevented if people are told about this. So we can't run away from the fact that there are people out there that are meeting new friends. It can even be a guy. Actually, it can even be a guy. It can't necessarily be a girl, but it can even be a guy, whereby they take you to a restaurant or to a cafe. Then they tell the waitress to overprice, to give you a price that is over or abnormal so that they may get a cut or a stay, then you feel it's normal and you pay without really thinking things through. So from all this, I just really want to advise anyone listening to this to really make sure, if you are going with a friend, especially a foreign friend, make sure you choose a place or a cafe yourself. Whether it's a girl, it's a guy, but make sure at least you choose a cafe yourself, because when you choose the cafe yourself, or better you go into McDonald's or KFC, because you'll be able to get the receipt, those kinds of places that are good kind of places that are known. When you choose your own place, it becomes easier for you, and you prevent certain stuff from unnecessary stuff from happening. You can't be attacked and stuff like that. So these are some of the things that are happening, or that may happen to anyone, because when you do not really know the intentions of someone, you think they're actually meaning war, but they just want to exploit you or use you, because they are these foreigners or these people, they have money, so we can charge them any amount, then they are going to pay, which is really disturbing. Yeah, so this is really something that I really wanted to talk about, because I believe people have gone through this stuff. And if you're someone that takes alcohol, you shouldn't even be able to just accept anything like that, because some people may even drag you, they drag you, and maybe they do some stuff to you, then they threaten you that they are going to expose. I don't want to go so much into it, but it really has to be something that we really need to take note. You better know where you're going by not just agreeing, even if it's your friend, maybe you are close. I think it's something that we should be aware of, because I think many people don't pay the actual amount of money that they're supposed to pay. I think many people don't, because they are just food and they lose money. They feel that place is expensive, but yet they have just been duped. So I think this is something that we really need to talk about. Yeah, and the other thing about I've been observing the thing of WhatsApp, where people are being hacked on WhatsApp. People are having problems on this VK or stuff like that. On WhatsApp, it's something that you just really need to know how to use it. You can turn on in your settings. I don't know how it works on Android, but you can turn on your settings. There's a section for two-factor authentication. Even if someone changes your number, it gets your number or tries to hack into your WhatsApp by asking for codes, and you do not know, you give out the code and stuff like that. You can prevent that. And even the issue of sharing links, maybe that no, KFC is giving away iPhone and blah blah blah. Those links, they really make people exposed by letting people exchange sensitive data, by saying you have won this kind of thing, enter your email, enter your what, then you just start seeing some stuff, maybe on your calendar on iPhone or whatever. You are seeing these strange things without understanding why, because these links that people share with you may also be able to put you at a risk. So this is also something that I thought of sharing, and also being able to just be always conscious, honestly, because cyber security, especially in the Western world, is really important, because you do not know who can really tap into your data and try to use it against you or use it in any negative way. Yeah, so I hope you have enjoyed, guys, and I'm really looking forward one day to make a video, or maybe a podcast, depending on what can be possible, to just show you how you can configure your apps like WhatsApp, how you can protect yourself on WhatsApp, how you can protect yourself on VK by not being hacked, or Facebook or any other platforms in general, and how that can be achieved. Yeah, because it's something that I really feel we really need to know and really need to protect ourselves from. So Hope you don't get duped by being taken to a cafe